On this week's episode, we talk about The Princess, a new Hulu movie.
And other pop culture news from the week. We just watched a new film on Hulu called The Princess, starring Joey King. It was super fun.
Yeah, I honestly think, and when I say, let me be honest, it's not like I wasn't honest before.
I always wonder that when people are like, I'm going to be honest here. Were you not before? Should I?
But
let's go back and review some things.
I swear, the first time I saw that movie, and I was oh, that was a surprise. And I was like, oh, I can watch with the girls. I swear I saw there was PG-13 on the thing.
Yeah.
And then yesterday or today, I was like, R. I was like, R. Oh, really? Maybe my mind is playing tricks on me, or maybe they changed. Someone complained, but I it's really close to PG-13.
It is. There might be too many F-bombs.
Blood? There's F-bombs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which and that might have pushed it over.
There's
plenty of blood.
There's violence, but there's not a lot of blood.
That's true. But it is basically one long, like, medieval battle. Like, action sequence. Like, I was going to say violence. It's like bashing, slashing, stabbing, pushing, bludgeoning. That's most of the film. There's very little dialogue. It's really just a lot of fighting. And it was like just enough dialogue, a couple of flashbacks to establish why we're fighting and why this princess is such a capable warrior.
Yeah,
and other than that, it's just like one long fight scene.
Yeah.
I'm here for it. It was super fun.
Not spoiling, but the movie goes back and forth chronologically to tell this story about this princess that is being forced into marry neighbor. He's like some
he's
king
a noble.
in the neighborhood.
I think within their own.
Oh,
maybe not. They weren't really clear. Either way, just some other noble.
Not
a king.
A king only had daughters. He needed an heir, and he found an heir. He found someone to marry his daughter, and replace him as the king. So what's it called? A stepson.
No, he would be a son.
I know. But I mean, he's like a heir, stepson heir. He becomes the king because he was invited by the father, not the girl. The girl has no choice. There's this modernity stuff that the girls have choices when they marry people.
It's not even modernity. I just have to say that, well, we're not going to get into, like, medieval inheritance laws or anything, but this was never a problem in England, but it was a big problem in the rest of Europe. And this is basically where the 100 Years' War was fought. Yes, you heard me right. 100 years. People spent fighting because this one king didn't have a son. And so the Europeans were like, well, then the next king should be this person through the male line. And then the English were like, no, it should be this person through the female line. Anyway, so, like, it's not just modernity. The whole can women inherit the throne thing has been hotly debated for centuries.
No.
But it doesn't matter.
That's not what I meant. I meant like the girl didn't have a choice. I meant that the girl having choice is a modernity problem that, in the past, the girl didn't have a choice. That was a joke.
Yeah. But see, like, I spent a lot of time during my history degree studying things like, medieval history and Enlightenment, and it just, I really love this stuff.
Yeah, but I hate the people apparently.
Yeah, well, sometimes it's really annoying. You know, King Henry looks at these wonderful kingdom daughters, is like, nope, gonna have to murder another wife, and maybe the next one will give me a boy.
But life was easier, you know. It's like he married someone and he didn't like it. He got divorced, and the church said, "You can't do it." It's like, fine, I'll create my own church.
Yeah, that was really easy. Definitely didn't set off like 60 years of bloody conflict in
60
England.
years?
Yeah.
60? 60? Worth it. That's lovely. Anyways, back to the princess.
The point of that is like, well, not the, anyway, the Middle Ages are just like ripe for so much, like, it's just really entertaining stories, and they took full advantage here. This is definitely like a very fantastical, like medieval inspired story.
Yeah, the girls take the lead. The girl is the lead, as the title of the movie says, which it kind of. I mean, I guess violence is for all genders.
Yeah.
But if it was PG-13, you know, young girls could benefit of it and watch it too.
This is true, and I was actually hoping to be able to watch it with my girls, because they're very into princesses, and sometimes they're very into like the less desirable aspects of being a princess, like, ew, it's a bug, things like that. And
what princess is that?
It's no princess.
Okay.
But it's like sometimes this attitude, or like, oh, I can't wear that, a princess wouldn't wear that. Anyway, sometimes they. I would have loved to show this kind of princess to them. Like, actually, a princess can, like, absolutely kick butt to protect her family and her kingdom.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
Elena Bavalor, I guess, accomplishes that. It's a Disney Channel series. But
I mean,
anyway, you have a good point. If they had kept it PG-13, which I think they could have just by taking out a couple of F words.
I think the scene, the final scene, I'm not gonna tell, just spoil.
Sure.
That one is pretty graphic, right?
Yeah, but I feel like I've seen stuff like that in other PG-13 movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that
but
plus
yeah.
some of the rest of the violence and the F words like go together is like it pushed them to the limit. Also, there's producers that make as a badge of honor to make the movie R, because apparently that will attract more audiences. Because, you know, some people say, oh, PG-13, you know, so, yeah.
I've never met anybody in my life who said, ew, it's PG-13, I don't want to watch it unless it's R.
Yeah.
I've never, I could be.
I met plenty.
Yeah.
And, but, yeah. There's some people, not only for the audiences, but some people make a badge of honor to have the, you know, to have the record of many F-bombs. You know, that used to be Scarface, and then Samuel L. Jackson was like kind of proud of it, and then he found out that Jonah Hill has more. I can't remember exactly on what, but yeah. Anyways, so the Princess is fun. It has Olga Kurylenko. It has oh gosh, what's his bucket? I forgot his name. Howard Stark.
What?
Howard Stark. He was the prince, the king wants to kill the bad guy.
Howard Stark?
Howard Stark, the actor, is Howard Stark on Captain America.
Oh, okay.
You thought I was talking about?
I thought you were trying to say Rob Stark, because I'm still in like
Howard.
sword fighting realm. Like,
No,
that was not Rob Stark from
No, Howard. It's the other Stark.
Yeah, no, I got you.
The older Stark.
Yeah, wrong Starks. Okay.
Okay.
I'm caught up now. Sorry.
Who else? I think those are the three big names.
Yeah.
You know, both of them being in the Marvel universe. So Olga was on Black Widow on the disastrous. What's the bucket? Taskmaster, right? She was Taskmaster.
That's right.
And anyways, what else about the Princess? Yeah, it's fun. It's sweet and short. It's 90 minutes.
Yeah, it's very simple. The bad guys are bad. The good guys are good.
Yeah. There's one thing.
So I found it just like very satisfying to watch. Very cathartic. Very enjoyable.
And wow. And anyways, no, it was like it had a deeper impact on you. Anyways, but it's if anything, I think it was a good decision for if it was a decision or if it was a circumstance. But I think it was a good decision to be a Hulu streaming movie instead of sending to the theaters, because I don't know, unless they had a crazy marketing. Even if they had a crazy marketing, the cast is good, but they is not like bringing people to the theater.
Yeah.
Because sometimes the movie is good, but if you don't have the right name, you're not gonna move people from their houses to the theater.
Yeah.
It's fine. We do that. Sometimes you watch movies. It's like it's so funny.
Yeah.
So there was a couple of movies we saw. One is specific. I can't remember the name. Hide and Seek. It was some stupid name, but we went to see because I thought it was Margot Robbie.
That's right, but it was.
It was the Australia Weaving,
yeah,
the Weaving girl from Australia. And you know,
it's such a fun movie though.
So this kind of thing works. So I'm pretty sure there was a great it was a great idea to keep it on the streaming side, because they can get their audiences, and it's a fun movie. People watch and they might recommend. So mouth to mouth, word to mouth,
word of mouth,
word of mouth, word of mouth,
word of mouth.
No, word to mouth.
No.
Okay.
Because words go to your ears.
Or mouth to mouth.
Well, that's something different.
Yeah.
We'll
Okay.
try that later.
Anyways, so the princess. Anything else
about that? No. It's just super. Yeah, it's worth a watch if this is your thing. Yeah.
Okay. And remaining, staying on the streaming realm, we also saw a couple shows.
Yeah. So,
Terminalist.
So this was on Amazon, and it's based on a series of books it's about a Navy SEAL, and it's based on a series of books written by a former Navy SEAL whose name was Jack Carr. And I mean, I don't know if that's a pseudonym.
He was involved in the show. He was there when they shoot some scenes.
But I just need to point out, like, with a name like Jack Carr, what else could he be other than a Navy SEAL turned
Jack
author?
Carr is a very Jack Carr.
It is.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's his stage name. He was.
That's what I'm wondering. Like, it's so spot on. Yeah.
Anyways, and he was involved. He was content and happy about the production, and so us, the audience, it was very good, very intense. It pushes the limits. It goes where some shows, at least nowadays, wouldn't like. I'm not gonna spoil. This is one Amazon show on the full show available type. It's not like The Boys. They release.
Where it's like week by week.
This one they release the whole thing, so you can binge over the weekend or whenever. But there was one thing. There's a character that I don't know if I should. It's not a spoiler, but I'm trying to find a way to not spoil. But that's a character. He's known. He's a known actor. You know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
And there's a scene that he gets there to confront this guy, and you think, oh, they're gonna stall this. They're gonna do that. Bah!
Yes.
You know, it's not something that you see on modern shows or even movies. They would stall. Things develop beyond that. Which the narrative was spot on. The mechanicals of never being a military, but this guy being a military, he made sure there was close to reality. And there's some things that we saw on it that we don't see on other movies, because maybe they have no military consultant. Maybe it was cheaper to do it this way. So there's a lot of
or more dramatic.
But this one was rich in details. And talking about dramatic, there's some moments of flashback and also PTSD, is that what you call it? PTSD, and some health issues that you're gonna have to watch to find out what it is. That he's sitting somewhere and then he's talking to someone and then he's transported back in time. And there's some of those moments that are beautifully done. It's not the smoke or the screen going out of focus and getting out of focus. It's very natural in and out. That makes it really, really beautiful, really well done.
In such a way, like to the extent that it sometimes takes you a minute to realize what's happened. Like, oh, we're in a different place. Yeah, it's very well done. I think the shortest way to describe this show would be like a modern Rambo thriller. There are a lot of like elements of like the Rambo storyline, and that like, you know, struggling veteran and everything. But there's also this great like mystery side to it. So even though there were a couple moments where the plot got a little predictable, that is the beginning and end of my criticism of the show. It was well written, fantastic cast, great storyline, and even though there were a couple moments where it's like, oh yeah, this is what's going to happen, a lot of the time I had no idea what was coming, and it was very enjoyable from beginning to end, and like really emotionally hard hitting too.
Yeah.
Which I honestly didn't totally expect. I was prepared to enjoy it, but I wasn't ready to like feel things from a Chris Pratt Navy SEAL action series. But it was very emotional. Constance Wu was also in this, and she's got a cool character, and it kind of helps balance some of everything out. And yeah, this series is definitely worth a watch. I don't know if I would binge it because like it gets pretty dark. Maybe you don't want to spend that much time in that headspace. Break it up a little bit. But definitely a good thing to see from Amazon, and I hope they do more.
No, it's good. Pratt delivers, and everybody else in the show, it's really good. Yeah, Taylor Kitsch is also on the show, and it's good. It's pretty solid. There's not a lot of course there's some stuff predictable because life is life. There's only a limited number of things that will happen. It's not like a dragon will born in your ear and it will fly and poop gold in the ocean, and the ocean will become cotton candy.
But we can dream.
And now that I say it, that's the limit. The limit is the imagination.
Yeah.
But in reality type of stories, in thrillers, they involve politics and the military and enemies of the the state. It was pretty good. The author wrote a series of books with this character, Jack Reese. It's James Reese.
Yes.
James Reese.
Yeah.
It might be more. It might come more. And if anything, I hope it comes different than the Clancy one. What's it called? Without Remorse, the adaptation of the Ryan verse, Jack Ryan verse. The story of Clark. I can't remember his first name.
Yeah, I don't remember.
The book was so completely different from the book, and even as a standalone, changing a lot from the book, it didn't work.
And they had so much going for them, like solid source material, Michael B. Jordan,
and they've been doing Jack Ryan show. It's been successful. Everybody loves it, and they decided to deviate from that and make a movie, and I don't think that would. Get a second one, but this one definitely it got praise from the audience, and it's good. What's his bucket? Chris Pratt, Constance Wu. There was on the news today. I saw a little note about how with the whole debacle of Fresh from the Boat. What's it called?
Fresh Off the Boat.
Fresh Off the Boat. She got out of social media. She mentioned that she even tried to kill herself.
Oh my gosh.
It got dark. It got bad. But she's back and she's delivering.
I'm a fan. I've enjoyed her very much in everything I've seen. I think she's a good actress, and I hope we get to see more of her in this or in anything else. So I didn't know it got that bad for her.
Yeah,
that's sad.
So Terminal List. It's available 8 episodes all on Amazon Prime, and that one is good.
Yeah. Okay, going now to Disney Plus. They wrapped up this week the latest MCU series, Miss Marvel, starring a new on the scene Iman Vellani, and I thought it was great. Well, Yeah, no, I thought it was great. I really enjoyed this one. It has some of the problems that other MCU, like other of the MCU streaming series have had. There's parts that drag a little bit, but like overall, I felt like this was something really fresh, really new, and had like there was a solid, consistent story and a hero that I'm pretty excited about.
Yeah, I saw someone just not long ago. I forgot to.
Oh.
Someone saying that, and I kind of agree that it plays on this whole diversity, inclusion, religious, multiculturalism stuff, yada yada yada. But the story it's okay.
Yeah, I didn't feel like there was anything being shoved down our throats. Like, I didn't feel like an agenda.
Yeah,
I just
no.
felt like this is a story about a girl from a different... I don't know. It felt very authentic and genuine and not contrived to, like, serve us an agenda on a plot,
no. It's, if anything, the problems is doing a lot of that. Besides the fact that they changed the character almost completely, which some people, and some people are already getting... The MCU is losing some of the all power because of some of the changes they're doing like crazy because they think they can do anything. And it's ironic because at the same time they do a lot of changes, they do the same thing over and over again. It's not like they allow for changes and someone, okay, I'm gonna write a horror movie or gonna write a time period tragedy for the MCU. Fox did that. They did like a very... It wasn't really period piece, but it was like a very tragic story with Logan. It was nominated for an Oscar. It was so good.
Yeah, that was
the MCU doesn't allow changes that drastically to happen. At the same time, they are willing to change a character completely. It's like
from the comics,
from the source material. Yeah. Anyways, I felt like because they spend a lot of time on and I mentioned that I think it was second or third episode. It wasn't bad, but it got it got so soapy that I was like, they could do 20 episodes of this. They don't have to do 6 because doing 6 comes the problem. There was a little bit of no action, but a little bit of more of substance on the superhero aspect of the show in the beginning. Then it dropped, like super soapy, and on the last episode it go up again and it's over. If they're gonna do stuff like that, they could stretch it. It is it's a streaming platform that has shows. Why not make it like CW does, like ABC, CBS, like broadcast does, like cable does. I guess cable doesn't do that much. Not premium cable, some TBS, some other. Yeah. But anyways, so because of that, it falls in the same issues that the other MCU shows do, and they always come with the excuse, the claim that is a 6-hour movie. No, it's not.
No. Yeah,
it doesn't work. And if anything, it's a good. I don't know. Maybe second season could be bigger. I doubt it because they've been working on windows. They had Kenobi, and then this, and then what's coming next?
I don't remember.
For Disney Plus, Rogue One. Endor. Yeah, the character from Rogue One. And they have those windows, and I guess in between those windows people wait, and I guess how they get away with not doing long stories, also because of the whole pseudo connection with the expanded cinematic universe. If they create big things, it makes super hard to stay around. Because if you have a 20 plus episodes and something bad is happening for, let's say, 6 episode arc of two of 3 triple episodes, and it's like nobody else noticed that.
Yeah, that's a problem with having I mean, far be it from me to complain about like the glut of superhero content on the market right now, because I really love or I really enjoy most of it. But yeah, it does get to be a problem. Like, why didn't anybody else show up to help Thor fight the God Killer that's supposedly causing like an existential galactic threat? And then that comes up in like all of them, all of the shows, it's
So I guess keeping it short is a solution for that.
Sure.
But overall, it was fun. The character, the girl is very charismatic. The girl is fun, even though they changed the character drastically. And she's in the future of the MCU. There was announced a while ago that she would be on the Marvels. The sequel for Captain Marvel. It's not gonna be really a sequel. They're gonna involve a series of Marvel characters, at least 3 of them. We might see more. It would be cool if we actually see the OG Captain Marvel, not the DC one, the OG Marvel from Marvel.
Yeah, that's
Marvel,
not confusing at all.
Which apparently they kind of killed that when they in the movie they made him into a woman. The character in the MCU is a woman.
Oh.
It's Annette Bening? I think it was Annette Bening, right?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
That movie was so forgettable.
Yeah. Anyways,
I wanted to like it.
But yeah.
But this series I thought was great. Like you said, like they tried to bill it as a 6-hour movie. It's not, but unlike some of the other series, I can't really think of anything that I'd want to cut out per se. Because I feel like even the moments where it slowed down, we were getting lots of good insight into her family, why she is the way she is. Like, I really enjoyed all of it. And yeah, I think she feels very authentic. Like, she really seems like a teenager.
You know how old she is?
I don't know, 16?
No, she's 20.
Okay, well, not in this.
No, to talk about the kid, I'm talking about the actor.
Oh, the actress?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, well, they've done worse before.
Yeah, it's so weird. I mean,
But the character's like 16, yeah?
Sure, I don't know.
16, 17?
No, she's getting her driver's license, so she might be 15, 16.
Yeah, I want to say 16, yeah.
Because she failed, the first episode, she fails her driver's test.
Spectacularly.
Yeah.
I love her uniform. I haven't read any Miss Marvel comics, so I can't speak to like this being an adaptation. But what they came up with for this show, I thought was somebody really lovely. I love having my girls watch it. I enjoyed watching it. And yeah, it really was something like truly new. Even though she's called Miss Marvel, there's not really a huge connection to Captain Marvel, except that she's a fan. Like, that's well, yeah, I don't want to spoil anything.
Well, so was Captain Marvel. She was Miss Marvel because she was a fan. I mean, that was a little bit more. She met Marvel, and then she, in an explosion, she got powers from him. But she started as a fan too. Anyways.
No, but what I'm saying with this one is like, this is a truly like, I feel like this is a truly new and different character who doesn't have anything to do with the Avengers or Phase 3 or Spider-Man.
Now it's 4.
Yeah, I know.
I talk about.
Yeah, I'm saying like she is truly something who is just Phase 4.
Okay.
He's truly new. Whereas like Thor has been around from the beginning.
Yeah.
Like, that's not really new. He's not just Phase 4. She's just... Anyway. I enjoyed this. I'd like to see some more like this. I personally kind of like that the MCU is maybe letting go of the whole everything has to be connected in one great overarching storyline. I kind of like being able to just enjoy a series or a movie for what it is without speculating or wondering what's coming next or what is this leading to. That's something I liked
but
about
they didn't abandon that. There's a line at the end of the...
No, but it didn't come up until the very end. And this is progress for the MCU. It's something I like about DC, and I kind of hope the MCU just relaxes and enjoys having like different kinds of movies and series. But anyway, we'll see.
Yeah, even though it's. Anyways, enough about Miss Marvel. The series is all the episodes are available on Disney Plus. Yeah.
In the meantime, Thor: Love and Thunder has broken 143 million at the box office.
Yeah, that was the opening weekend, but as expected, there's concerns that they might drop on the second weekend, like the previous Marvel movies.
Yeah.
Because I guess some of the expectation that comes, especially after everything after Endgame, and maybe Spider-Man. Spider-Man was a big one.
Spider-Man was fantastic.
But
amazing even.
The expectation is like a multiverse of madness, and it kind of didn't deliver because people were expecting to see, like, he goes through many universes,
and there's a lot of madness,
but then he spends a lot of time in maybe 2 or 3.
Doesn't that seem like a reasonable expectation for like a 2-hour movie?
Multiverse of madness gives like, it's gonna be madness in the multiverse,
I don't know. As far as the MCU,
Anyways,
I don't know. I feel like
so stuff like that. No. Also, there was other things on that movie that people that love Wanda like refuse to believe that she was bad, even though she was bad since the beginning.
MCU fans get so weird sometimes.
And then. And those are the good ones. I'm talking about Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, and those are the good ones. That one, Thor not so much. But before that, we had like Eternals, we had Shang-Chi, and Black Widow. That those were like was even worse because for Thor and for the Doctor Strange, they had the expectations and then the disappointment. So the box office drop or tend to drop, but we'll see. Yeah,
we will. In the meantime, Top Gun Maverick. Yeah, that's right. There may come a week when we don't mention Top Gun Maverick and its spectacular runaway success, but that week is not this week because they've just surpassed Titanic as Paramount's highest-grossing film.
Yeah.
So it's good for them.
Yeah, and that was for the domestic release.
Yes.
And with that, and with a huge success that the movie is, there's already talks about another one.
That's right, Top Gun 3.
Yeah.
Before I saw the movie, I would have said, "Oh my gosh, please no." But I don't know, maybe
with good writers.
Yeah.
Decent writers. Mm-hmm. With decent writers, this could become a franchise. Because they have a franchise about people driving fast cars.
Yes.
And there's more coming, so it could become. I think the first two are pretty solid. To expand on that, I don't know. We would have to see.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise has done Mission Impossible. The great Mission Impossible franchise that it's like we cannot have enough.
Like at this point, the title makes no sense because he has proved to us so many times that the mission is in fact possible, and yet we go back for more because they're just so good. You could. They have like the group. I mean, there's Maverick himself, but now he's got this whole group of young pilots now, like a whole group of other like supported characters who are interesting and compelling. Mm-hmm. Like Rooster alone, but then anyway, there is plenty you could do there.
Yeah, I'm not talking about the character. The characters have potential. I'm talking about stories because the story on this one was really good. Mm-hmm. We had the enemy, we had a threat, and we went to deal with it. I don't know, maybe war next. I don't know.
At the very least, I mean, you mentioned Fast and Furious, and like Fast and Furious doesn't need to have a great storyline because you have the family and you have cars, and with this one you have the pilots and you have jets.
Coronas. They both have the shared universe. They both have Coronas.
So I mean, that would be enough, if not for a film as good as Top Gun Maverick, at least for something like incredibly entertaining.
Oh yeah.
And watchable. So I won't be mad. So overall, you could say this past summer, like there have been a ton of exciting releases, and some were disappointing, and some were just fantastic. But there's been a lot going on. But it's starting to kind of wind down.
Yeah, it's natural that comes the fall and the dark. The fall is usually like the
Oscar baiting
movies. That's getting to the winter. But at the end of the fall we have the Oscar movies and for the awards season. But then for this in the fall have thrillers, have more somber, more serious movies, dramas, horrors. Comes Halloween, and all that. And there's not a lot coming.
Not really.
Because COVID stalled everything. So some of the movies we saw this summer, they were ready 2 summers ago.
Yeah, Top Gun Maverick. Like I mentioned before, we've been watching that trailer for like 2 years. At least 1 year. I don't know. The last 2 years, time doesn't actually mean anything. But yeah.
So yeah, and the theater owners are worried that with the fall coming, it will be the box office is gonna drop drastically.
Yeah, maybe it'd be a good time for special events like Star Wars marathons. We did a theater back in Phoenix. Did a Back to the Future marathon that we went to.
That was on the anniversary. That was the anniversary.
Yeah,
I mean the Phantom event.
Yes.
If you check the AMC theaters, they do that all year.
They do.
Yeah, usually it's like 2 days a week. It's like usually it's Sunday, Saturday on the anniversary, or it's very limited, but they do.
Yeah, Studio Ghibli releases films in theaters throughout the year, all over the place, all the time. So I don't know. Maybe they could fill up.
Yeah, Ghibli has a new movie out.
Yes.
I just saw something about it. I can't remember what was it, but it was something saying good things or bad things. It was saying things. I don't know. I don't remember.
I really enjoy most, even the Studio Ghibli films that I didn't like very much. I still enjoyed watching.
Yeah, the movies that I don't like, I like it. Yeah.
No, but the ones I'm like, okay, like maybe I don't need to see that again, but it was still just beautiful. Okay, let's go look at some Hollywood shenanigans or show business shenanigans. Amber Heard filed a motion to nullify the Johnny Depp verdict.
The judge said no.
Yeah.
Armie Hammer was found in the Caymans selling timeshares. Yeah.
Wait, who was?
Armie Hammer.
I don't know who that is.
You might not remember his name.
Okay.
But if you see him, he was the Winklevoss twins on Social Network.
Oh,
He was a Lone Ranger.
Yeah.
Lone Ranger. He was the Gal Gadot, Death on the Nile.
Yes.
And that's when he started falling from grace, because there was like rumors of, I can't remember if it was sexual harassment or violence or both. Yeah. Anyways, which is curious about him is that he became sort of persona non grata in Hollywood, even being like with the boys in Hollywood. He was like doing that gay movie where he falls in love with a 13-year-old that was nominated for Oscars, etc., etc. But anyways, but an interesting thing about him is I didn't know I think it was great grandfather or grandfather was, I think it's Armand Hammer. It was this oil tycoon. When he died, he was worth like $800 million or something, or billions. I don't know. It was like super rich. And the family apparently has this. On the article I was reading, they had this term for the family gives like a monthly allowance, sort of. They use a different term that I never heard before. I thought it was like, interesting. It's a nice, better way to say. And he's got off. So he has a wife and kids, so he has to work, and he's doing what we all do. He's working. But it was a surprise for everybody to see him, when you need a job, you get a job.
Yeesh.
You know.
What a horrible job, though.
In the Caymans?
I guess. But sales, ugh.
But hey,
I hated
you're
it.
sailing for like really rich people, I would assume.
Do
Anyways,
really rich people buy timeshares?
in Caymans,
I don't know.
I don't know, because it's like you have access to a property on this paradise,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't spend the actual money of buying it and maintaining, taxes,
I
etc.
suppose
So I
so.
guess there's a way,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Me neither. It's not a... Being super rich is not a problem I've ever had, so...
Yet.
Yes! Speaking of super rich, Elon Musk has decided that maybe he doesn't want to buy Twitter.
Oh, and
so now Twitter's like, no,
yeah,
now you have to
yeah.
buy us. So what a roller coaster.
Tweeted like that guy that got a date, and the girl said, "Oh, I can't go." So no. Now you're going. I don't care if your hair is already.
Because wasn't Twitter like Twitter was like, no, don't buy us, don't wait,
Yeah.
and now he's like, yeah, maybe I don't want to buy you. I'm like, no, you have to buy us, but we're gonna sue. So they're actually suing, taking him to court in Delaware,
Yeah.
to force
Where?
the sale.
Where?
Yeah, Delaware.
Delaware. Anyways, end quote. Repeat the line. If you know what I'm talking about, our presidents still suck. But anyways, but
So, that's all happening.
the whole Twitter thing is of course because of that the stocks are plunging.
Yeah. I don't even care anymore. Primetime Emmys announced their nominations. So this is going to include obviously primetime stuff, but then also like limited series, anthologies, and some movies.
You know
fill
what
that
they call
slot.
prime time, right?
Because it's like the good stuff that comes
It's
on.
it's to differentiate from the daytime
Yes.
Emmys.
Which is
So-
like the morning shows and the soap operas,
Yeah,
the game shows.
and yeah,
Yeah.
and pretty much everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Because prime time, it sounds like wow, it's like great stuff.
Prime.
Some are.
Well, the nominations were.
No,
pretty-
this year was pretty good.
Yeah, even there's a couple shows that we haven't watched yet, but they've been on our list for a while, and I've heard really good. So there's nothing on the list that I saw that was like, what is that doing here? HBO's walked away with a grand total of like whopping 100 nominations.
It's actually 104. I think.
That's a very big number.
Yeah, between HBO and HBO Max.
Succession took 14 of those, or 14 acting nominations, which is for perspective. There's only 12 categories, and Succession doesn't even qualify for all of those acting categories. So these actors are getting nominated, like all of them are getting all the nominations.
Yeah.
So good for them. Stranger Things got 13 nominations.
No acting.
Which is some people are upset about. Like
Yeah.
nothing, particularly for 11 and Max. I'm blanking on Max, the actress's name, but Millie Bobby Brown, and then
But that's the thing.
whoever played Max. Like that's what I've seen fans talking about online.
Yeah,
and I
but
kind of agree. There was some.
But that's the thing. The I was reading about that
Mm-hmm.
this somewhere. I should get more details, but I didn't. Stranger Things, and what's the other show? I can't remember the other show. But this is not this season of Stranger Things. It's last year's season.
Oh.
So maybe
Okay.
maybe next year they're gonna get
Yeah.
some acting. But yeah, it's the
way.
eligibility for what? What was it? Some big things that we saw.
I don't know.
TV shows. Anyways, yeah.
You'll remember like later tonight.
Yeah, but it's about the time window.
The time
Yeah,
window,
so
okay.
yeah.
Well, that's good to know. I hadn't even thought of that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, they still got 13 nominations. So
Quick bit about Stranger Things and Thor. So Taika Waititi he was commenting that he had a scene on Thor: Love and Thunder. There was a dance scene apparently, and he would use a Kate Bush song. And as a matter of fact, he said he had a lot of other Kate Bush songs, but he didn't because he saw in Stranger Things or he heard it would be in Stranger Things because the movie was
Interesting.
out almost the same time.
Yeah.
Anyways, but he was kind of pissed, and he was like calling himself like this old grumpy man. Just like, who are these boys playing Kate Bush? They don't know a Kate Bush. She's mine. And yeah. So he was like, he literally said it. I own her. She's like, these kids, they don't even know her. I mean, anyways.
Well, they've earned her an insane amount of money.
Yeah.
Because she actually owns the masters for her songs. Not a lot of musicians do.
Wow.
But she owns her masters. So it really is her who is making bank off of this.
Nice.
So yeah, like really good for her. This is something that Taylor Swift has been fighting for a long time. That's why she re-recorded her Red album as Taylor's version, so that now she owns the masters for those. Like it's a whole complicated business thing that ends up kind of exploiting and taking advantage of artists. And
yeah.
Anyway.
Also from Thor, apparently Taylor Swift inspired goats.
Yeah, that's right.
I can't do a goat.
I don't think anybody listening wants us to suddenly scream in their ears.
Why not? I'm pretty sure our audience was like duplicate, triplicate. Everybody, we have goats now. I was like, let's go.
Screaming goats?
Yeah.
That was a great feature of the film. Anyway, Stranger Things 4 is like beloved like crazy. The characters, the creator, like people are loving it. Including a corn farmer in Indiana.
Yeah, where Hawkins is.
That's right. And he turned his cornfield into a giant mural featuring Eddie Munson.
Yeah.
Hawkins did him dirty, but we know.
And the irony, the character got so much love and so much praise. I mean, not in London, because the actor got in trouble at the London Film and Comic-Con as LFCC. The handlers was like pushing so hard for him to. That was like long lines to be with him to sign autographs, and he was trying to talk, and the guys pushed like cracked the whip, and kind of screamed and yelled at him. It was this whole thing, but there was a fan that went during the panel and told him that it's okay, we all love him, and he cried.
Yeah.
Anyways, there's plenty of love for him.
A lot of love for Eddie.
Anywhere he goes after Eddie. But the irony is, the character at the end, he was still the cult leader, the demon, the hellfire leader that killed people and caused the whole thing. So nobody, I mean, the kids know he died as a hero, but nobody else do.
Yeah.
And there's a rumor on the internet, I hope it's fake, I hope it never goes anywhere, that he would come back as a villain. I hope not.
That's a dumb rumor.
That would be the same as
bad idea.
That would be the same as bringing Bob. It was Bob.
Yeah.
Bob. Or Barb.
Or Barb.
Oh, Barb. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or because they did that to the Billy, right? Yeah. No, that was the end. It was the end of the show. He was a villain, right?
Yeah. And he's kind of a douche canoe through the beginning.
Yeah, but you know,
but not a real villain.
Some douche canoes grew up.
This is true. Steve, for example, started out as a douche canoe and just real quick realized, wait, I'm a douche canoe. I need to do better. And he did, and he has been for 4 seasons. We just love the guy.
Yeah, there's this meme going around about how Steve is Bruce Wayne. You know, they both rich, pretty, and they live in the town that is devastated by anyways.
Yeah.
The similarities are.
And take lonely teenage boys under their wings.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's like the Robins. That's right. Okay.
Yeah. Especially
the
Dustin.
meme doesn't do that.
You know something? It didn't occur to me. I didn't put this all together. But Dustin doesn't have a dad. He has a single mom, and so I think that's why we see him latching on so tightly to Steve, and then also to Eddie. Yeah. That it's not just like cute friendships. Like he doesn't have a dad, and so these guys are. Maybe filling in some of that. Well,
maybe next
presumably
season,
there is.
Maybe he is the Upside Down.
There actually is a widespread theory that Vecna is Eleven's dad.
No.
Yeah. It's a fan theory.
Does the age match?
That's what some people are saying. I haven't sat
He
down
looks
to do
so
the math.
young. Mm.
He does seem very young.
But yeah, looks
But-
deceives us. You.
Yeah.
Anyways.
He's also not a normal human.
Enough Stranger Things. Come on. We
Okay,
hate that show.
fuck.
God, jeez.
Baloney. Only Murders in the Building. We just started season 2. Super fun so far. Living up to season 1. And they've already announced season 3.
What's that?
Didn't they already announce a season 3?
For what?
For Only Murders in the Building?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I missed the part you
Oh.
said the show.
Sorry.
Yeah, I got nominations. Season 2 is it started good. So,
Yeah.
New characters,
Mm-hmm.
new developments.
Mm-hmm. And new developments for old characters.
It's a fantastical, comedical show, so I
Mhm.
guess it's only natural that people keep dying on the building, you know. Or as realistic as Gotham, Tortuga, or,
Yeah.
Chicago.
Yeah, I see what you did there. What's happening with Wakanda Forever?
It's coming in November?
November 11th.
November 11th. Daniel Kaluuya will not be back.
Mm-hmm.
He's busy on Hope. Nope.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. Not Hope. He's busy on Nope.
This is the new Jordan Peele film.
Yeah. Nope. That one of the sets gonna be stay as a permanent part of the Universal Studios park. Wakanda Forever had some leaks of Prince Namor, the Submariner, and
Really?
personally, I think it sucks. I think it sucks because what's that big tall guy that speaks like Gaston on live action?
Is that Luke Evans? or
Luke
who named
Evans.
it? Yeah,
Luke
okay.
Evans. He's the perfect Namor. He's like, jeez. Anyways,
I could see that.
Marvel choose to the new phase of Marvel is they trying to do the diversity, and I guess it's a social thing going everywhere, but they're going for the diversity that they couldn't do. They could, but they choose not to, even on phase 1. You know, Black Panther was supposed to be phase 1, and they didn't believe it would work. Black Widow was phase 1. They didn't believe it could work. There was an Asian character. I can't remember. It was Shang-Chi, but it was also phase 1. So there you go. You have Eternals, super diverse. You have Shang-Chi, Black Widow, and now with this new Black Panther, they're gonna bring Namor, and they're gonna make him Mesoamerican. Yeah, Atlantis, Mesoamerican. He looks like a Aztec. Festivities.
Granted, I haven't encountered
character.
him much in comics, but that is not the vibe.
Yeah. And the images look like that. It looks like there's like even like gay characters about like, because he's the character's like he wears a speedo. He's like super gay.
Yeah.
But the way the image that leaked shows, it looks like someone on a gay parade. It's like a super strong Latino
Pride?
Mesoamerican. What did I say?
You said gay parade, but you like
Oh yeah,
Pride thing.
Which is
Well, yeah.
Anyways, so but that comes. That's why we have.
Yay.
That's why we have Wakanda Forever. Yeah, there's two bad news that it looks bad for the Submariners, and Daniel Kaluuya will not be back. Too bad. He's a great guy, great actor.
It looks like the people behind Falcon and Winter Soldier are being brought back to do a Captain America 4.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah.
There were the problems of the MCU shows. Now they're gonna do a movie.
Yeah.
It's yeah. I
That one
don't
should
know.
have been a movie. Like that one is 6. I could tell you exactly what to cut out of that one, and we could have done it in like.
But even cutting all that,
2.5 hours.
It wouldn't work as a movie.
Yeah. Either way, I wasn't like there were some really good moments in that series, but also some decisions that I like just don't understand. But I haven't really been a big fan. Like I love Captain America: The First Avenger, such a good movie, so good. And I just haven't been a big fan with what they've done with him since then. So
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
Anyways,
Yeah.
and Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's go over to Netflix for a second. They're working on a Kaos series, Kaos, referring to, I guess, the Greek. It was a Titan, right? Isn't Kaos a Titan?
Not that I know.
Okay, never mind.
Maybe
Forget
it was
I
one
said
of those
that.
secret titans.
Anyway, Greek mythology series, and guess who have they tapped to play Zeus?
Hugh Grant.
Nope.
But then they had to replace him for Jeff Goldblum.
I love this so much.
Is that the Zack Snyder one?
I don't know. I didn't look it up. But
anyways,
either way,
Netflix series.
I
think Zack Snyder is a movie. Yeah.
Either way.
No. Zack Snyder is a Nordic gods. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So a different pantheon.
Thor, Loki. He already cast those. Yeah. It's not.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Chaos.
I'm really looking forward to that's gonna be great.
Yeah.
And also Netflix. They're working on a film called "You Are So Not Invited to My Bat Mitzvah."
With Adam Sandler and at last but that. if you're alive, you know I'm talking about Idina Menzel, the great star of station, film, and television.
Yes.
Yeah.
They worked together on the Adam Sandler movie. That was nominated for Oscars.
So many. Oh yeah, that's right. Gems. Is Gems? Righteous Gems? No, that's another show.
That's a different show. That's totally different.
Uncut Gems?
Yeah, maybe something like that.
Yeah.
What was that called? Anyway, they worked together in that one, so they're coming back together in yet another Netflix Sandler collab. So that will probably be fun. And I'm just going to predict it now. There's going to be a lot of dirty jokes, a lot of slapstick, and some really heartwarming moments. Because it's Adam Sandler. Anyway, last but not least, tell us about the Gentlemanians.
So yeah, there's this phenomena, this what's it called? A sort of flash mob phenomenon, internet hype phenomenon, trend that kids go to watch Rise of Gru, and that's helping Rise of Gru increase the good audience they already have. But they go all watch in like suits, suit up, very classy.
Yeah.
And apparently some theater owners are not liking it.
Which makes no sense. Like, oh no, well-dressed people coming in droves to watch my movie.
Yeah. Yeah, who knows? Anyways, Rise of Gru is still out. It's fun. You go, suit up or not. I mean, if you can suit up, go suit up because everybody looks good in a suit. Yeah.
I think that's all we got this week.
I think so. We finished Barry, was good. We're watching a couple new shows. We'll be more next week. I don't know what we're gonna see next week, but we're definitely gonna watch something.
I don't remember.
There's
always something.
Oh, there's a new Netflix Resident Evil. There's a new Gray Man. Yeah, that's not the one from It's always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh.
Gray Man! Well, we have to go.
On that note.
We're running out of time. That's it for this week. So, goodbye and may the force be with you.
Live long and prosper.
Bye.
Bye.